Let me ask you one basic question, because it's come up a lot in the statements from Capitol Hill and in a lot of conversation that's happened since the president set this in motion. If the concerns about what Director Comey did in 2016 were as valid as the Deputy Attorney General said they were, why wasn't he fired at the beginning of this administration? Why was he fired today?
Look, I think that there's been a long list of reasons that Director Comey isn't there. I think the biggest reason is really, really simple. He lost the confidence of the rank and file members of the FBI, both members of the House and Senate from both parties, and frankly, the American people had lost confidence in his ability to do the job. He politicized the role. That's something that can happen. That's something that did happen. And we had a new Deputy Attorney General, who a lot of people don't understand this, but the director of the FBI reports to the Deputy Attorney General. This person is a stellar record, beyond reproach, just got confirmed 2 weeks ago in 94-6 vote, and had guys like Representative Cummings and others coming out praising him. When a guy like that comes in, does a review, and makes that type of recommendation, the president has no choice but to listen and make a clear and decisive action, which we saw him do today.
How do you know that James Comey lost the support and confidence of the rank and file of the FBI?
Look, we've heard it from countless people. Certainly,
agents,
I mean,
FBI agents.
I've gotten messages just tonight from multiple members of the FBI praising this decision. So I think that it is very easy for us to know, given the outpour of support that we've had from people saying that it was time for him to go. He didn't have the respect and the credibility that he needed to lead this office. He had become more of a distraction and less of somebody who could focus on what needed to get done. And we need to find somebody that can come in and bring credibility back to that department.
Though the letter from Ron Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General, did not refer to it, you're implying that there's something else besides the 2016 actions undertaken by the FBI director that were part of this dismissal decision. Is some of that related to his testimony either last week or previously in regards either to the Russian investigation or what he said, and the FBI had to clarify today about the Clinton email server and Huma Abedin?
Look, I think it certainly has, I mean, his credibility was hurt from his testimony last week. That was all over the place. Then you have the corrections they have to file on the Clinton email stuff today. It's just a constant barrage of mistakes. And again, another hit on his ability to carry out the job. And
when those in the Democratic Party question whether the timing of this is about the Russia investigation and wonder if the president has created, as Richard Blumenthal said today, a constitutional crisis of Nixonian proportions, your reaction is what?
That's pretty absurd, given the fact that if there is something, they'll continue to carry on. Any investigation that would have been taking place will continue to happen. But again, here's the big thing, and one of the things that Democrats frankly cannot ignore. If Hillary Clinton had won, which thank God she didn't, but if she had, the same Democrats that are calling into question would have been demanding for Comey to be fired, and frankly, he would have been fired immediately. Hillary Clinton would have fired him immediately, and the same Democrats that are attacking the president tonight would have been dancing in the streets and celebrating his firing. So it is so disingenuous and such a political move by the Democrats that are coming out about this move that it's frankly, it's very telling about where they are in this process.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders, I know we talked you into this. You're the Deputy Press Secretary of the White House. We appreciate your time very much. I'm glad I could hear you. I'm glad you could hear me. And more importantly, I'm glad our audience could get a chance to listen to your explanation. Sarah,
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. And we'll see you at the White House tomorrow. Ed, your reaction. I know you were trying to pass me a note.
Well, I'm curious whether they have any sense yet of when a successor would be named. And whether the president has thought about that really at all. I don't know if Sarah's still there.
Sarah, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Can I ask you one more question? Because Ed has it. What's the schedule for the nomination of a successor? And why wasn't that ready if the case against Comey was so convincing and so clear for so long?
Sorry, there's multiple questions coming from both sides. Again, the decision that the Deputy Attorney General, or the recommendation rather, that the Deputy Attorney General made just took place. Once the president received that, he made a very quick and decisive action. And didn't wait around and sit on that for days. However,
like you did with the Michael Flynn situation.
Not at all. That was a there's two very different situations. That's apples to oranges, and you certainly can't conflate the two. However, I know that they're looking for somebody who will bring respect and credibility to the department, somebody that could have bipartisan support, and we'll be making that announcement in the coming days.
Do you anticipate that decision announced before the president leaves on his very important and very first trip to the Middle East and Europe?
I don't believe that a timeline has been set for that, because we want to make sure that we get the best person, not just rush somebody in there quickly.
Okay, now I'll let you go, Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Thanks, guys.